Paul McCartney and John Lennon are celebrated as one of the most iconic and productive songwriting partnerships in music history. Their collaboration spanned several years and resulted in many of the most memorable songs of their time. Although they would eventually become close creative allies, their initial meeting as teenagers in Liverpool didn't immediately spark a strong connection. Their first interaction occurred at a church fair, where Lennon was performing with his early band, the Quarry Men. After the show, McCartney approached him, but their first conversation felt somewhat uneasy and lacking in warmth. Pete Shotton, a longtime friend of Lennon, recalled in The Beatles' Lennon and Me that both Lennon and McCartney seemed a bit distant during their introduction. Lennon was naturally suspicious of unfamiliar people, while McCartney appeared courteous but somewhat aloof. Despite the tension, McCartney soon bridged the gap between them by suggesting they play music together. Although he was quiet, he wasn't intimidated, and he eventually took out his guitar and began playing, which helped ease the initial awkwardness. Lennon, who had originally regarded McCartney as just a younger kid, was quickly impressed by his musical abilities. McCartney not only tuned his guitar precisely, but also demonstrated a solid grasp of chord structures, some of which were based on banjo chords Lennon had learned from his mother. He even introduced new chords that the Quarry Men had yet to learn. McCartney went on to play Eddie Cochran's 20 Flight Rock, a song the band had previously thought too difficult to perform. He also showcased his deep knowledge of rock and roll by writing down the full lyrics to several of Lennon's favorite songs, entirely from memory. After McCartney left, Lennon told Shotton that they should consider adding him to the group. However, Lennon didn't take any steps to contact McCartney himself. It was Shotton who ran into him again while McCartney was riding his bike through their neighborhood and extended the invitation. When the group gathered for their first rehearsal with McCartney, it quickly became evident that Lennon and McCartney, despite having different personalities, shared an intense love of music. This common passion became the glue that brought them closer. Shotton noted that both young men had already been spending much of their spare time practicing guitar, sometimes even playing privately in the bathroom. Naturally, this led to frequent jam sessions. As they continued to play together, the initial barriers between them faded, and they formed a genuine friendship. That early bond would grow into a long-term creative alliance that left an indelible legacy on the world of music.